How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. What a night! Um, England game supposed to start at 10, starts at 11, has lightning breaks, and oh my word! What seemed like an eternity and then more, we finally actually ended up getting through the game. So I want to break it down. Please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And let's get into it. So yesterday, I was there ready, waiting. I mean, it was already an early morning for me. I was already up at around 4, 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday. And comes 10 o'clock at night, I'm ready for the England game. Weather issues, lightning. I don't see no lightning. Here I am looking like a bloody weatherman, checking the weather, hoping that the game's going to get started at any point today, where until the game eventually ends up kicking off again until 5 minutes past 11. And then, oh my word, it was just a nightmare. But anyway, we managed to get through the game somehow and at some point. And it was a pretty good game for England. We got to take in consideration this is USA. And one thing about the Americans, I swear, they like to sensationalize literally everything, and the one thing, like, I'm not a big fan of American commentary, especially when it comes down to rugby. But it's just the oversimplification of things and repeating the same things with the same different words, with different words. I'll tell you what, it kept me interested because I laughed, you know, looking at this bloody commentary. But it's like, oh, he's got a yellow card. That means they're going to be down without one person. You're not really supposed to be hitting above the shoulders. That's going to get you a yellow card, and they're going to be down without another person. And, without another person, they are going to struggle. It's like, okay, yes, we know this. Yellow card means a player is off for 10 minutes. But again, I guess for people that are actual rugby fans, I guess sometimes it can get a little bit annoying, repeating the same things over and over again. But if you are new to the sport, and you don't really fully understand what's happening, okay, fair enough. It's pretty good in that aspect. But yeah, it just I'm, me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of American commentary when it comes to when when it comes to rugby. But I digress. England had a good performance, right? They played well. A lot of players inexperienced, got some minutes under their belt. We saw Cunningham-South put in a very dominant performance. He was made some big runs. Curtis Langdon with a try early on. We saw England's dominance. It really was. It really was a match of practically two universes. England dominated entirely when they were actually able to play. And we saw, like, for instance, it was, who was it? Was it Murley's try or Randall? I think it might have been. I think it might have been. I think it might have been Murley's try, where they just had such beautiful, intricate play in and around the back. Faye Boso, making those good runs, being unselfish, passing it off. Beautiful to see. Beautiful to see Faye Boso playing rugby again. The guy is electric. We saw it today. We saw what he's capable of doing. It was a constant nuisance. George Ford put in a consistent performance, as always. I do love George Ford. Again, another player that I feel is very, very underrated. And yeah, his kicking was on point. His passing was on point. To be fair, England had a relatively routine game. They played well. It is up against the USA. So it has to be taken with a bit of pinch of salt. But very consistent throughout the board. Energies were kept high. The pace was maintained. They did well in the scrum. They did well in the mauls. Yes, there was a little bit of a back and forth. They did also have a try disallowed because of why is it? Because they were blocking a player. Honestly, I thought that decision was correct, but it didn't really affect the game. The Americans weren't able to capitalize on anything. They seemed broken. They seemed phased. They were so wide of points. It's either they were far too wide or they were far, you know, too too jumbled up, and that just allowed a player like George Ford, which we know how good George Ford is and the kind of experience that he has, to really start working that ball down or using his kicking just to gain that territory. Um, it was it was a dominant performance throughout. I mean, England dominated in possession, in territory, carries, line breaks. I mean, 13 line breaks for England. 13 line breaks to the USA's 3. 129 carries to the USA's 76. It's just dominance throughout. 6 tries, 5 conversions. The English played brilliantly. Caden Murley had a brilliant, brilliant game. Like I say, Cunningham-South had a really good game. He had a very dominant game. He was so strong, very quick off the mark, had some good runs in him as well. But, Alex Dombrant, 13 carries. He played brilliantly. Actually, I think it might have been him that had the disallowed try. When they were coming up. And then Caden Murley, I mean, damn, Caden Murley, 6 defenders beaten, 3 line breaks by himself. He had a good game. Jack van Poortvliet, I believe, as well, getting himself a try, putting in a very, very good performance. And yeah, just outright brilliant. Routine win for the English. A lot of players getting better time on the field, playing for England whilst the Lions away, giving Steve Borthwick a little bit of a headache. Cunningham-South needed to have himself a good game, especially after his performances, and especially in the Six Nations. He needed something. He's very young. I think he's like 22, 23 years old. He's a big, big player. He's got a big future ahead of him. He just needs to become more consistent and start getting lower on those tackles. But yeah, otherwise, I don't believe England gained anything out of this win because of the ranking positions. Because the USA are, I believe the USA are 16th, England are 5th. So there's more than a 10-point gap. So no points are gained or lost there. But yeah, got to give it to the US of A. They put in a Warriors performance. They really, really tried. They managed to get themselves a little try at the end, and that was actually a stunning move. The little outside the back, rolling around. Brilliant. That was actually a really, really nice try. The English did not expect it, not in the least. Beautiful. I was in the air like, whoa, when that happened. But honestly, look, it was a long night for me. It was a really long day for me and a long night. And I ended up passing out literally just after the game finished. I was like, okay, look, I'm going to get myself ready. I'm going to get myself prepared for the video. And then I was out. So this morning I woke up. I'm like, damn, no, what happened? So I thought to make this video for you guys. Unfortunately, everybody in the household is still asleep. So back in the car, and yeah, routine win. Let me know what you guys thought. I saw in the YouTube, because this game was televised on YouTube, there was something like 60,000 people viewing. So hopefully this does get to you guys that watch the game. What are your thoughts? What is your favorite try of the game? And who was your man of the match? So as always, like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.